Before we get started today, I just wanted to say that if you're struggling with being heard or being seen or being understood, then that's normal. Just the struggle means you're starting to understand a situation isn't working and you know you need to do something different. You just may not know what that is at that moment. So it's okay that you're struggling. Just keep going. Hey everybody, it's Christina Holloway here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 critical steps you should take now if you're starting to realize that you want to pivot your career. A lot of people ask me about this, so I put some thought into how I present this content. Now, this can be as big as changing industries or as simple as finding a new place to work that has better opportunities for growth and advancement. And in this post-pandemic world, there are plenty of people out there who have finally taken stock of the work they were doing and realized that this is not what they wanted to do for many years to come. So, to get started, we're going to talk about the 3 things you need to be doing now so that when you decide to make a move, you'll have a great foundation to work with. Real quick, if you enjoy this content and want to learn more about how to make power moves in your career, make sure to follow my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from me. Don't forget to download your free communication toolkit, which teaches you the 5 elements to communicate with impact. All right, so let's get started. Here are 3 critical steps that you can take right now to pivot your career successfully. Number 1, assess your skills and interests. Here's what I mean by that. Take a fresh look at your resume and your LinkedIn profile. Where do you see a theme? And it might be hard at first to find one, but this is a great first step, especially if you know that you want to make a move or you're just realizing that you may want to make a move. Try to figure out where you have a thread that carries you from one job to the next. You might think this is hard, but let's say you're an accountant and you're thinking, what kind of theme am I looking for here because I do accounting all day, every day? Well, it's the soft skills. Are you leading projects or have you been put in charge of groups of people? Are you managing and leading because you're a great decision maker? Take stock of your current skills and interests and identify areas in which you would like to grow or change. Pay attention to the feedback on your reviews with a particular focus on what you're doing well. Do you enjoy that aspect of your job? Have you realized that the ability to reach the next level at this point is now limited? In that case, when you decide to look around, you'll consider jobs that allow you to continue to build your soft skills in areas that interest you and don't feel overwhelming. In my coaching, I work with a lot of engineers. Many times the conversation revolves around being promoted to managing people and teams and priorities. A good number of these conversations revolve around realizing that this is or isn't something they want to do, and then we go from there. Consider the industries and job roles that appeal to you along with your strengths. While you may need to acquire new skills or get more education or certifications or take on new experiences to make the change happen, you can use the common thread of your strengths to help build the case for how this could be a less dramatic transition. This also helps you answer the question, why would I want to work here? So for example, if you're an engineer and you realize you're pretty good at managing people and you enjoy it, and you've been promoted to that position, well, first of all, that's a magic formula. Everyone wants one of those. But you'll also be able to take your ability to manage as a skill that translates to any other industry or business as you prepare to make your pivot. So ask yourself, where is it realistic for you to make this move? Are you able to look at your skills and experiences, pull them out of the current job you're doing, and apply them anywhere? Where's there commonality in what you're doing now and what you'd like to do next? This will help you build a bridge that gets you to the next step quicker while allowing you to continue to learn and grow in a new field. Number 2, build your network. I have said this before. A friend of mine told me that he was afraid his job would be eliminated at the end of last year. I asked him what he was going to do, and he said, I'm not too worried because I reached out to a friend of mine who helped me get this job, and he said, don't worry, let me know when you're available. I have about 3 connections who would love to work with you. That's networking. We all need a friend like that. So how did he find that connection? Well, he's a pretty social guy, and I'm sure that they have other common interests like similar networking groups or even similar interests in sports or social activities. But common interest isn't what helped him build this strong connection, although it could be argued that it helped. My friend has a strong track record of doing solid work, and he stayed in touch with his colleague while also giving as much as he gets. That means introducing good connections to him, referring him for work as well, and generally staying in touch by meeting at events or even just having lunch. he genuinely likes this person and enjoys talking about industry news. Now, does that mean you need to get out more often and build tons of relationships based on friendships and favors? No, it doesn't hurt. But I also want to acknowledge that it isn't easy to tell someone, hey, you need to get out more, or you need to constantly reach out to strangers in hopes that someone becomes a great reference for you. Networking is a vital component of career pivots. Typical advice suggests you reach out to people who work in the industry or job roles you're interested in and to try to learn more about what they do. So let's take this apart. First, if you're interested in moving from, say, accounting to marketing, and you know absolutely no one in marketing, then you'll need to be creative about looking at your network to see if you have a friendly connection, even if it's not someone you know very well, and just suggesting a call so you can learn more. I will say that in this post-pandemic era, we're more likely to agree to get on a video call these days to connect with people first, which just reduces the stress of scheduling a meeting and showing up in person to make the most out of a 1 hour meeting. So for people who get nervous or anxious about meetings, a virtual meeting could help reduce your nerves about having high expectations. Also, you're really only reaching out to learn something. That means you get to have questions prepared. You get to treat this like an interview if you want to. And you get to control the conversation. You want to be friendly, and if it goes well, you get to suggest connecting at a later time. Now, if you're okay with being in person, maybe you're just sick of sitting home and doing video meetings in pajama bottoms, then feel free to attend networking events. You'll also want to reach out to friends, colleagues, acquaintances who might be able to introduce you to someone who has information or experience and can help you in your career pivot. Here's my advice. When I work with people who have decided to pivot, my first question is, who do you know over there? Those days of sending out your resume to the company's jobs page in hopes that the algorithm picks you up are really bad odds. That's just not the best way to find a job. Should you stop doing it? Depends on your situation. I'd say yes, but if you have nothing to lose by submitting, then go ahead. Just don't count on it being the only way to find a new job. Even if you find a job on a jobs page, you'll definitely need a referral just so you can talk to a recruiter as a first step. I have clients who've interviewed and landed jobs at Meta and Google. They had referrals and they worked the conversations with the recruiters. Bottom line, finding a new job these days is about your network and the relationships you can build to help you get where you want to go. It's the most powerful way to get a new job. Number 3, plan your next move. Once you have a clear idea of your skills and interests and have started building your network, it's time to plan your next move. Develop a strategy for transitioning into your new career, taking into account your financial situation, your availability for additional training and education, and any other factors that may impact your ability to pivot. Start by identifying potential job openings and consider the steps you need to take to position yourself as a competitive candidate. Give yourself a realistic timeline and extend it if you have to. Most of the people I work with are in a hurry to find a job. Sometimes it's financial, but most times it's the people. Once you've realized that you don't have a path forward at your current job, you mentally check out. Once you've mentally checked out, it's a struggle to stay engaged as you continue to work on building your future and a new reality for yourself. I tell everyone who comes to me and asks about working together to find a new job that it'll take at least 6 months. It could be sooner, and it could take longer. The last person I worked with, it took him 9 months, but he found a great job and it hit all the requirements he wanted for it to be a good fit. Also, once you're serious about making a move, you'll need to be organized about your approach. My advice is to create a spreadsheet and have your A list, your B list, and your C list. Your A list is the unicorn companies that would be a dream for you, but you're not sure how you could even get in there. Your B list is a solid list of great companies that if you worked this list with your network, you'd get some good leads and some solid referrals. Somewhere on that list, you'd be happy to land one of those jobs. It's probably also your biggest list. Then there's your C list. Those are low-hanging fruit. Good job postings where you're sure you could get an interview just by reaching out casually. Why have this list? This is where you want to do your interviews. Feel that level of confidence and even experiment with negotiation. This is your playground to develop your personal brand, communicate your boundaries around what you would accept as a healthy work environment, and then make sure you ask in an offer for what you feel would be fair compensation for the value you bring to a job. Once you feel comfortable doing all that, then you can move into showing up that way for the jobs that are more high stakes, the ones you really want. It helps with any nervous energy. Remember, pivoting your career takes time, effort, and patience, which is why it's important to always have a plan and approach in place as you continue to develop your skills and build experience in your career. And as you get more experienced in your career, you will start to rely more on these 3 steps to make strategic moves to build a successful career. Experienced people move around through networks. That's it. They also always have their LinkedIn profile and resume updated to reflect their most current experiences. My advice, start with your online presence. If it represents the best of what you have to offer, people will notice you. Then work on having genuine conversations where you can communicate the value you bring to the table. All right, so that's it for my video on the 3 critical steps you need to be taking right now if you believe a career pivot is in your future. Let me know down in the comments if you've used any of these steps as you moved from one job to the next. I'd love to hear what worked best for you. And if you want to hear more about any one of these 3, let me know down below which one was the most important. Don't forget to download my free communication toolkit, which I provided in the link below. And if you've enjoyed watching this video and you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up by hitting that like button, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you never miss another video from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.